Okay. Hello, everyone. Is the audio all right? Can everyone hear? How's the link? Is it working for everybody? Montreal, Canada. Apologies. Okay. It's nice to see that we have people coming from Canada. What time is it in Canada? Okay, we're just 40 minutes away from starting. Okay. So 12 hours difference. That's roughly the same as East Coast America, right? Okay, we have a little more people online now. Just waiting for a few more minutes. Apologies for the long wait of the fourth series of this live stream. So today I'll try to touch on every subject possible and provide as much transparencies and explanation as I can. And if there are things I cannot cover today, we will do another series maybe in a week or 2 weeks time. And then depending on how frequently you guys want this live stream to be, and we can talk about other topics in depth. But today is more of a rough recap of what's happened in the past few months and an explanation on a lot of burning questions that the community has been asking. Yes, I do have a list of topics I would cover in this live stream. It's not a public list, but it did come from questions I've collected from the community. But I'll be slow, of course, throughout my delivery. And if anytime anyone wants to ask a question, you're very welcome to put it out in a comment box, and I'll be looking at the comment, answering questions whenever I can. And we have a few moderators on here, on WeChat, on Telegram as well, helping out, answering questions. And if you feel like this is too much information for one live stream, and you can't absorb everything, you can always watch it back, or you can let me know, then I'll change the way I deliver in the future, maybe more choppy, shorter streams and more frequently. that I don't know that word. What I am. 25K in DBCs. How much is that now with the price right now? That's a lot of money. Okay. Just one more minute until we start officially. So what's everyone here for today? What do you want to hear about? What are you waiting to find out? Of course, I will announce what's the result of the voting on whether a free upgrade to the 2080 Ti GPU is granted. What's it? Deep brain chin smile. Okay. Okay. Should we start? Or do you know anyone who's trying to get online still? Is the connection good for everyone? Audio, no problem. Oh. Okay. So can I make a start now that it's 1 minute past 10? All right, I'm going to start anyway. If people join later on, they can always ask if I've already discussed the topic they wanted to hear about, and I'll let them know if I have or not. And if I have and you missed that, you can always go back and watch it back. All right, so thanks everyone for coming on to watch this. I know it's been a long time and I apologize for the absence during the past few months. A lot has been happening, and today I will talk about the most burning questions that we've been getting from the community, because we do owe you an explanation. So basically, we're going to talk about how has the DBC platform been doing since August 8th, which is when our AI training net went live. So what's the demand we've been getting, and what's the progress with people who joined the network since Skynet, which is before August 8th, before the AI training net went live. So Skynet people have joined us from a very early stage. And also what's happening with the first batch of AI mining machines, AIMs, that's meant to be shipped out by the end of this month. And we sent out email asking people to vote on whether they want an upgrade, a free upgrade on their GPU, changing from 1080 Ti to 2080 Ti from NVIDIA. So we'll talk about all those things, and then we will also discuss the topic of deep token exchange and the Decode AI system. I don't know if you've seen this animated video in Telegram. If you have, then you'll have a rough idea of what Decode is. Also, some people have joined the Telegram group for VNX, Vision X, which is the first AI D app that Deep Brain Chain has incubated in our Silicon Valley lab. I will also talk about that briefly and direct you to the right channel to find out more about that project if you are interested. Okay, good to see we have 26 people watching now, so I will dive in. So first, let's talk about the status of Deep Brain Chain platform. So since the AI training net went live, it's been 2 months, a little more than 2 months now. It's a complete usable product for sure. It's working, but obviously there's still a lot of things we can and will improve on as a product. It will evolve. These past 2 months has been a trial period, if you may. And we're fixing things as we go. And we've iterated 3 times since the launch. And everything we're trying to do is to make the user experience better. So a lot of people are also asking how many AI users are using your product. And the answer is that we're working on that. And I'll give you a list of people we've signed an agreement with in a bit. It's actually a hard transition for AI users, we found. Not because they don't want cheaper computing power, but because most of them have no concept whatsoever of what blockchain or cryptocurrency is. And it's very difficult for them to get into it in a short time, to get them to buy cryptocurrency, buy DBC, and use it on our product. It's quite a difficult process. And although we've made it easier by allowing them to buy via our official website, deepbrainchain.org, they just have to pay ETH, pay ETH and buy DBC on our official website. You don't even have to go to an exchange, but still they find it difficult to buy Ethereum. And we get a lot of people saying, I want to use your product, but I want to pay with fiat. And that sort of defeats the goal of making DBC a utility token. So this is the dilemma we're in at the moment. We're trying to figure out how to get the AI user to cross that line of cryptocurrency and then start using our computing power, but in the same time, not lose what we originally want to do, which is for everyone to pay in DBC. So we're working on that. And there's also the issue of legality and legal risk. As you know, that in China, cryptocurrency isn't legal and it isn't regulated. And it would be troublesome for some Chinese companies or projects to purchase cryptocurrency and then use that on our website. So we're trying to establish various different channels and ways for these AI users to use these computing power that we have available on the product, on the platform right now. This will take a bit of time and convincing. And also, you know, as the price of DBC fluctuates a lot and daily, it's also a risk factor for the AI companies wanting to use our platform to consider, because it could go up or go down from the day they purchase DBC. So that's another thing that we are trying to work out together with our AI users. So I hope you can understand that it's not that nobody is wanting to use the platform. There's a lot of AI users eager to try out and to use it, but it's not an easy transition from the traditional cloud service to our cloud service. And we have a new member on board. If you've been reading our weekly, now bi-weekly newsletter, we have our sales VP, Johnny, who's joined roughly 10 days ago. So his focus will be working on getting more supply and demand on the platform. Okay, where am I? So yes, I was going to give you a short list of what AI users we have signed agreements with and who are using the platform or trying to use the platform, and who are we in talks with at the moment. So we have signed agreements with a few educational institutions and companies that are ready to pay and use the DBC platform. So these includes Mentorx, MCI. These two companies are Chinese educational institutions that have AI programs. That's my colleague. they help Chinese students do a short course in a specific subject before they enter the American job market. And they have AI programs because that's really hot in the recent years. And in their AI programs, they need computing power, of course. So they are working with us. And then we have Konica Minolta from the US as a user. And we also have SBF and Hugh Brain from Japan. And most recently, our colleagues from the Silicon Valley office have actually visited the China Coal Technology Engineering Group at a coal mining, an actual mining coal mining site. They visited the site, and they have also signed a strategic partnership with us. They're going to use our product. Sorry, I'm just reading my comments right now. Do I know how long they plan to use it? A strategic agreement is not exactly a contract. So I don't know if they've specified how long they will use it. I think I have read the agreement very quickly. I will read into that a bit more later. And yes, we're still working on the Vietnamese market. Still, there's a lot of work to do. Okay. Where am I now? Right. So it's very important that I talk about the people from the Skynet group, because they are the original miners who joined even before the AI training net was live. And the group has been concerned with the amount of tasks, the actual AI training they're getting. So like I said before, it is a working product, but it's evolving and it's iterating. And it's been difficult to get AI users to purchase cryptocurrency, any sort of cryptocurrency. So what we've done so far is we provided a subsidy program for the Skynet group so that they don't lose money, and also that they can stay on the network, because it's important to us that we keep our first batch of service provider. And the subsidy will be given out by the end of this month, and we pull up a list of all the machines who are eligible and how much we're paying them. So the information is ready, and we will publish that later on in specific group. So the past 2 months has been trial and error, you can put it that way, I suppose. So users have been using the platform and giving us feedback, and we've been working day and night to improve on those things. And our website team isn't very big, really. There are only a few people. So oftentimes you might feel like, oh, this is such a small issue. Why can't you just change it like right now? And it's a matter of a few clicks. It isn't, because they have their own work schedule that they're following, trying to hit deadlines. And so if you provide them with random tasks here and there, they will never they will never meet their deadlines. They'll never finish their original work schedule. So yes, it's been difficult, and of course users are very critical, and so we've been working hard trying to do everything we can to make the product better. Okay, I've said already that we've iterated 3 times since the launching of the AI training net. And I've talked about our sales VP, Johnny, who's on board since 10, 11 days ago. And his focus will be trying to get us more AI users and more miners as well, to find a balance between supply and demand. So more information on the Skynet group, because they're the first batch of volunteer miners who helped us out in testing our platform. So the Skynet group will stay online on the network when the first batch of AI mining machines, when the first batch of AIM goes online. The Skynet group machines will stay online. They will not join the mining, so the ROI for AIMs will not change, but they will be allowed to continue accepting AI training tasks. So we don't have plans for reducing the tokens in circulation as of this moment. 10 billion is high in comparison, but the goal is that there will be so much need for computing power and so much need for the DBC platform that people will need the tokens and they will need to trade in DBC tokens. And we don't want having too few tokens, and hence when you pay, you have to pay 0. Like too many numbers after the decimal. Any examples you can share of the difficulties of using with the platform besides using the cryptocurrency? Yes, difficulties including sometimes it takes a bit long to upload their data, or that sometimes they don't find the necessary miners they need. That's what I know of. There might be more that I'm not aware of. Can you explain DBC airdrops? Any more to come? Team collaborating with AGI. Currently, not much more news from the collaboration with AGI. I think we're both just spending a lot of time focusing on our own product. But soon, once we get to a stage where we feel we've caught up with what we intended to do, then we can look more on how to collaborate with other projects. Is there any marketing campaign target for educational institutions? I don't know of a specific marketing target for educational institutions specifically. I would imagine our sales VP has a plan, target, and timeline. Okay, so if things are clear with the Skynet project and what's going to happen with them, then I'm going to move on to talk about the first batch of AI mining machines, which is the AIMs, sold on the 5th of July. Yes, I'm going to get to the round 2 in a bit. Okay, so what's happening with the AIMs? Originally, the first batch of these AI mining machines are going to be shipped by the end of this month. But since before we placed the order, there were a lot of people in the community asking if we would use the newest GPU from NVIDIA, because people have already caught wind that there was going to be this new GPU 2080 Ti, and it's going to be better, of course. And NVIDIA will eventually stop the production of their 1080 Ti. So we've given the community a choice of whether they want to upgrade to the newest GPU, but doing that, they will have to wait a bit longer for all the 2080 Ti GPUs to be delivered. And then the mining will also be delayed. And the voting results is out. The voting has ended on the 10th of October. And so this is the results. So out of the 56 people that purchased AIMs, 39 people voted. So we've had a voting rate, a voting turnout of 69.64%, which is over 2/3. So the vote is effective. And out of all the people who voted, 89.74% voted yes for an upgrade. So let me just type it here, 89.74%. So the result is that we are going to upgrade our GPU for free, and then the shipment will be delayed for 1 month. So the shipment will be made by the end of next month, November. And the first round of mining will be delayed for a month. And following rounds of mining, i.e. the second round, the third round, the fourth round, the fifth round of mining will naturally also be delayed by a month from the original schedule. Storage miners, although not having any GPU in them, so not having an upgrade, but they will also be delayed for a month along with the GPU machines. Because without the GPU, there is no mining and storage miners will have no use. But none of this is going to affect the ROI of the first batch of AIMs. The ROI will stay the same. The ROI was originally calculated entirely based on just how much the DBC reward is given automatically by the system. So the amount of users will not, the amount of AI users on the platform will not affect your ROI because it was calculated purely on your DBC reward that you get from the system by just offering your machines. How many delay? So like I said, 1 month delay. Yes, is this very clear to everyone that the first batch of AIMs will be shipped by the end of November, and that's when the mining will start, and every following batch of AIMs will be delayed naturally by 1 month from the original schedule. Your ROI will not be affected. Okay. So if that's clear, moving on. And some people ask, so in the first batch of AIMs, all the same miners have the same configuration of GPUs, and how does one AI user choose which machine exactly to use? Is it completely random? How does the system dispatch tasks to miners? Is it fair? Because all the configurations are the same. How do they price the machines? Can you ensure that it's not just pure stroke of luck? If some miners get picked in the first place, doesn't mean that they will get picked more naturally in the following tasks. So regarding that situation, there's a few possibilities. So first of all, our matchmaking mechanism, how we dispatch tasks to miners, is based on whoever's price is the lowest. So when all the machines have the same configurations, machines with lower price will be matched first, will be chosen first when we are dispatching tasks to miners. Then we will iterate the system according to the user's need. We will let the users choose whichever machine with whichever price they want to use for their training. The reason we're not doing right now is we need to have users use the platform and tell us about their experience and tell us what do they look for first when they look at choosing a machine. Do they want to see the price first, or do they want to see the GPU's configuration first? Different users might have different preference, and we need to know how best to design the interface and how best to design a way that AI users get to see all the options they want to see at first glance and then make the decision when they're very well informed. So, and after our mainnet is launched, we will continue to optimize the matchmaking, the dispatch algorithm, and then we might include more parameters such as hardware usage, ratings from users, and other components as parameters, and to make the dispatch algorithm as fair as could be. Let me just have a drink of water. online as soon as they are delivered to the data center. Okay, any more questions regarding the first batch of AIMs and the second batch and the ROI? Okay, so that's all I have for AIMs and Skynet Group and how the DBC platform is doing currently for today. I'm going to move on to other topics, if that's all right with everyone. Yeah? Okay. So you probably have all heard about our Global Ambassador Program, in short, GA. I'm just going to pause because I'm just reading a question now. What's the time gap between round 1 and 2? The time gap will be the same. Let me just look at a document right now. As originally planned. So 1 month. The time gap will be 1 month. I have on hand a document called Mining Timeline, which I believe have been published before, but we will publish that again and put it somewhere obvious so everyone can see. Now that we have a change of timeline to the first batch, so all the consequence following batches and rounds of mining will be changed. I will not know when you can use an iMac 2017 to mine DBC. I'm not sure that the configuration of your iMac is up to par as of now for our platform, but maybe in the future, if your iMac gets an upgrade. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with the Global Ambassador Program. So if you have read about the GA program, you will know that it's in line with the blockchain spirit. Eventually, Deep Chain doesn't want to have a huge office with a huge team working on the product. Eventually, the blockchain will be open source and the codes will be open and anyone can contribute to the platform however they can and however they want. So some of you are wondering what exactly you do in a GA program. How do you represent us and what do you say when you actually go meet an AI client? And what's happening with the DBC platform? How do you get the latest news so you can be a GA properly? And as our new salesperson has been on board, he's been making a sales deck, a sales presentation, shall we say, for that purpose exactly. And we're currently still revising it and finalizing it. So in the deck, you will have the information you need in order to meet with any AI client. And once this deck is ready and finalized, you will receive materials from our staff who are responsible for the GA program. And if you want to find out more about what GA program is, I believe there is a Telegram group dedicated to the Global Ambassador Program. Can we have our moderator post a link to that GA program group? Okay. So that's briefly what I have to say today about GA program. If you guys feel like this is a good topic to dig in a bit more, then we will do another episode talking about GA. Okay, let me just check on messages I might be getting in other channel. Okay, have we got the GA Telegram link up? Does my team have global ambassador out in the field right now? Yes, we do. We have actually signed agreements with a few personnels. I believe in the last bi-weekly report, we've published the news of signing a GA agreement with a lady from a consultation firm. And also we have signed it with an AI professor. That's all I can remember on the top of my mind. If you pay attention to the bi-weekly report, you will see progress every week, every other. Okay. Is this working? Okay. Oh, sorry, my colleagues cannot be putting links up on the comment box, so I'll be doing that. All right, I'm going to move on to the next topic now. So let's talk about Deep Token. The Deep Token Exchange. Hopefully you've all watched that animated video published in Telegram, because that explains pretty well exactly what Deep Token Exchange is doing. So first, I want to make sure that you all are aware of how different Deep Token is from other exchanges. It isn't established in order to compete with any other digital asset exchanges. It isn't established to make a lot of money from listing fees, and it isn't actually even in some sense an exchange per se. It's more like a springboard. So the Deep Token Exchange will only list AI projects. And that seems odd, isn't it? And you would think, well, how many AI projects and AI companies there are in the world? And actually, there are many. In China alone, there is 5,000 AI companies that we can find. So there are a lot of AI companies in the world, and there will only be more in the future. So I don't think we will be lacking any choices out of this pool of AI companies and projects. The goal of Deep Token Exchange is to actually find actually good projects and good company, quality AI projects and company. Just imagine, how does a team of evaluators of projects from any exchange get to know everything about every industry in the world? How big does your team have to be in order to have people from all industries who know about the ins and outs of this industry? So whenever you get a random blockchain project, you can evaluate if this is authentic, if this is legit, if this has potential. It would be next to impossible to know everything, right? So that's why we only focus on one area, one industry. And why AI? It's very simple. It's because Deep Brain Chain and Deep Token CEO Yonghe, he has been working in AI for years. This is what he's studying at uni for his bachelor, for his PhD, and this is what he did when he started his own startup, and he has a smart voice interaction AI company called Deep Brain. I understand there might be some confusion between Deep Brain and Deep Brain Chain. The two are different. Deep Brain is the AI company who does smart voice interaction products. And Deep Brain Chain is the one combining AI with blockchain, hence the chain. Then the two are different. So in short, we have been working, our core team anyway, have been working in the field of AI for years. So we know the ins and outs of this industry. And we have AI experts who understand AI and who can evaluate whether an AI project or an AI company has actual potential and will do well in the future. And if we can sift through this sea of people wanting to raise funds and do ICOs and find actual good quality projects, we are protecting our investors. And that's a good platform if we serve our users well. So that's why we're only focusing on AI projects in Deep Token Exchange. And the reason that I said we are not in competition or in a competitive relationship with any other digital asset exchanges, because once a project gets listed on Deep Token, we will also help them get listed on other cryptocurrency exchanges, because we want them to do well. We want them to be connected with more investors. And by offering these already scrutinized quality projects to other exchanges, we're also helping these cryptocurrency exchanges. So it's a win-win situation. Big data projects are also included in AI projects because it's related. If you want to do big data, you are using it for AI purpose. So that's counted as well. Name a few examples of what we will list. What we will list Deep Brain, because it's very obvious it's doing intellectual or voice interaction products. That's AI. We will list Vision X, which is the first project we have incubated in our Silicon Valley lab. They use AI to do surface defect detection. Do you want to just name a company and I tell you if that's something we would consider? Basically, any company that uses AI, any company that utilizes the skill of AI. It doesn't have to be a company that focuses on providing AI solutions or doing AI, training AI models. It just has to be a company that integrate parts of AI into their product. Deep Brain and Deep Brain Chain will not join together. They don't have to join together. Just for Deep Brain to use the computing power on Deep Brain Chain will be the case that they work together. Okay. So continuing on the topic of Deep Token Exchange. So you probably also know that we will not list just blockchain project. In fact, we believe that probably 95% of the projects we list will be just traditional AI projects, traditional AI companies, and we'll give them a makeover. We'll help them tokenize. Sorry, where am I in my script? Okay, and so the reason we're doing that is because Deep Brain Chain is saving AI companies money on computational power, and Deep Token Exchange is going to help them raise more funds more quickly and from a wider range of audience, so that they can move into the blockchain era, join cryptocurrency, get fundings from their users straight, people who are already using their product will be able to invest in them very easily once they're tokenized. Well, if you have invested in both SingularityNet and Deep Brain Chain, I believe I can say that you're very lucky. The nature of collaboration. So SingularityNet does AI agents, right? Basically, they will need computational power, and that's what they can get from us. And I believe this has been said before. Deep Brain Chain will not just be a computational power platform. In the next year, in 2019, we will also have a data marketplace and AI model marketplace. And so AGI can integrate their AI agents onto this platform where people can use their servers on our platform, and they can train and iterate their AI agents on the platform using the computational power provided by the platform itself. Okay. The Deep Token Exchange will have as many mainstream tokens as possible to make it easy for people, for traders, and also DBC token itself will be listed on Deep Token, and we are working to get a DBC and fiat pair as well. Okay. So what else is there to talk about Deep Token? Okay, so the all-important matter of the ICO of Deep Token and the airdrop to DBC holders. So we know that DPT, the token of Deep Token, is now in the process of ICO. What is the total supply of DPT? Hold on. So it's the same as Deep Brain Chain's token. It's 10 billion, I believe. Let me just quickly double check that I get my number right. Yes. Okay. So coming back to the ICO of DPT. So people worry that if we don't reach soft cap, what would happen? What will we do? And what happens to the coins already purchased in the public sale? Also, what happens to the airdrop to DBC holders? So first of all, Deep Token will go live no matter what. And the airdrops will be given out no matter what. And also the airdrops we promised regarding Vision X token, VNX, and Deep Brains token, DPB, will carry out regardless. So secondly, if we do not reach soft cap by the original designated date, we might prolong the ICO period or just go live regardless and list the token on Deep Token Exchange itself anyway first. And we will burn the tokens allocated to the token sale but are unsold. And for the ones that's already sold, we will consult buyers' opinion, see if they want to keep their tokens or if they want their ETH refunded. Okay, and the tokens designated for airdropping to DBC holders will still be given out. And only 5% for everyone, the 5% of the total airdrop token for everyone will be released before the token is listed on the exchange. And another 5% will be released each month to everyone. And it will take a total of 20 months to complete the dispatch of this airdrop. Hello. Okay. Can I continue? And yes, tokens, DPT tokens purchased in private sale and public sale will be released all at once before listing. All this information can be found in the Deep Token white paper that's available on deepbrainchain.org website and also in Telegram groups. For companies, we've designed a channel for AI companies, AI users to purchase DBC on our website straight because they find it very complicated getting acquainted to digital asset exchanges. Okay. Can we, hello, Janice. Can we move on to the next topic? As I have been online and talking for 45 minutes now. It's a bit long. It's a bit longer than the usual live stream. I apologize because we do have a lot to cover today, like I said. And if at any point you feel like you didn't get as much information as you would like regarding one specific topic, please leave a message and we will make sure that we talk about those things more in the near future, or release information on Telegram and on official social media handles. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about was Deco. Has anyone heard about Deco? Have you seen the video? Oh, hold on, I'm getting a message. Shit. Sorry, I have a very important message from the boss. Yes, the ecosystem, the Deco AI ecosystem. Hold on, I have to look for an address right now. I apologize. This is the life of an assistant. I have to do 2-3 things at once. And this is why I don't come on Telegram and social platforms all the time, because okay, that's done. Okay. Okay, my colleagues want me to send out the GA link again because the previous one didn't work. It should be specified mention. Okay, was able asking about, is the DBC that you purchased through? Yes, able. The DBC you purchased through deepbrainchain.org is for AI companies. Okay, when zero value, like never. What do you expect me to say? Okay. Is the current Telegram link for Global Ambassador Program working? If so, I'm going to continue with the last topic of today, which is Deco. Okay. Thank you for staying online still after 15 minutes already. Okay, so now let's talk about Deco. This concept, this idea is being introduced in the past week or two. And in our Deep Token animated video, we've touched on the topic briefly as well. Deco doesn't have its own coin. It's not issuing another coin. It's simply the idea of deep brain chain computing platform and Deep Token Exchange and this Deco AI fund that are establishing an AI ecosystem that's going to incubate and help AI projects basically succeed in the future. Basically help them do what they want to do and help them succeed with what they want to do. So Deep Token Exchange will be a channel for AI projects to get funding, and Deep Brain Chain is a platform where they get their fuel, basically computing power. And combining with the new Deco AI fund, which is a fund that will invest in cryptocurrency in these AI projects that will incubate in the system. So these three institutions completes this Deco system. Currently, the fund in Deco AI Fund is coming from Deep Brain Chain Foundation itself, but we're also meeting crypto funds and talking with them about the idea of Deco, because in the future we want to bring more investment funds into the Deco AI Fund, so together we can invest in quality AI projects. Okay, so let me post a link to the video where you can learn about Deep Token Exchange and Deco. Can I comment on how DBC price affects your operating budget? Well, it does certainly affect the operating budget. I'm not a personnel who deals with the financial side of things. And so, yes, I cannot give you much detail. All I can say is I'm still here working as per usual. So I think things are still running as they should. Okay, so going back to where I was, now you can click that link in the comment box to watch the video. You can watch it later if you want, so you're not distracted. So, that was our new sales VP, Johnny, walking past. Okay, so I've told you about the Deco AI fund. And so how for you guys, someone who doesn't work for AI company, who's just a regular investor, a fan of DBC or Deep Token Exchange, how do you join this Deco system? It's very simple. You just need to hold DBC or DPT tokens. That's all you need to do. Believing in DBC and Deep Token Exchange allows you to be part of the Deco system. So, excuse me. So I believe a while ago we've published an announcement about what benefits can DBC and DPT token holders have, and I am going to post maybe a screenshot of a PPT. Again, now showing you exactly what you can benefit from by holding DBC and DPT tokens. Okay, I'm just asking my colleague to post screenshot. So if you hold a DBC or DPT, if you hold both, that's even better. Every AI project we incubate in this DeCo ecosystem will have to do airdrops to DBC and DPT token holders. So simply by holding one of the two tokens, you get all the benefits of all these good AI projects with huge potential that we will incubate in the ecosystem. We'll list them on Deep Token Exchange and help them get listed on other exchange. And they will also use the computing power of Deep Brain Chain platform. So really, the ecosystem benefits both Deep Brain Chain platform and the DBC and DPT token holders. What do you mean by correlate, Daniel? Oh, my chat box disappeared. Oh, it's back. Okay. The VNX and DPB airdrop will have their own time frame depending on the timing of their token sale and listing. A snapshot, do you mean a snapshot for the wallet ranking? I believe that news is published a few weeks back and it's already started, yes. Okay, if people are still asking, that we're going to have to publish this news regarding when's all the airdrop and when's all the wallet ranking snapshot from and when do they end. Okay. So because it's been almost an hour and I don't want to do a live stream that's too long, so we're going to wrap up roughly right now. And if people are still having a lot of questions about the DeCo system, we'll do another episode where I interview the designer of this of this brand and of this ecosystem, and we'll have a Q&A session interview to make it more lively, and then we can talk about the DeCo AI Fund, Deep Token Exchange, and the whole Deep Brain Chain AI ecosystem in depth. Now I want to slightly touch on the subject of Vision X. As you can see, you can already find some information on deepbrainchain.org about Vision X. They will have their own website. It's in construction right now. The white papers are nearly finalized as well. We have a Telegram group as well. Also, all the social media channels are up for Vision X. I want to find the links and post it for you. Okay. Let me find the links. Because I'm the only person who can post a link on this comment box, so apologies for finding things on my phone. Is everyone still with me or just chatting amongst themselves? Driving, maybe? If you're driving, I hope you're just listening. Okay. So let me give you the link to the Vision X Telegram group. Who is Birdsby? I suspect that's one of our moderator. So VisionX handle for Twitter is VisionX Global. Please do look them up. Find out more about the project. It is the first killer AI app we have incubated in the deep brain chain ecosystem. So it's very exciting. And they are already being interviewed by the media. Is it working? No. And their token sale and listing is imminent, really, anytime it could happen. Well, we're aiming for as soon as possible. Okay. Yes, I can post in Telegram. I will post in Telegram later. Where I can do it now. Okay. Okay, I'm posting the links in the main deep brain chain Telegram group. If that's okay for everyone, because it would be a bit silly to post it in the VisionX Telegram group. Okay, so I'm wrapping up now. It's been over an hour. I'm sure you're tired of me. So I know still a lot of people are asking about DB points and exactly what they can do with the points. And it's been a while since the points have been distributed. At the moment, we're working to combine DB points with the decode system, namely tying them into the whole airdrop thing. It's a work in progress. So once we have finalized a design, we will share more information with everyone. As for masternodes, I simply do not have an answer yet. Like I said, it's a delicate calculation we have to do. We are currently designing our own public blockchain, which is very exciting because you get to create your own thing, and it's going to be different from all the existing blockchain. So once a design of that public blockchain has been finalized, I believe we'll have the details of masternodes. And someone's been asking, so can you tell us about how you design the masternodes numbers and what components come into play? And I think that's a really good question. So we'll get into that later on as well in a good way to publish news about that when I get more information. Also, I know today we didn't have to have the time to talk about everything in depth, but it was important that we update the community on each topic briefly. So in the future, we'll have more of these live stream more frequently. We won't have a huge gap like we did now again. We'll have an episode dedicated to decode. If you want to find out more about GA program and if you think it's worth a brief episode, we can do that too. And if you are curious about VisionX, we can also do an episode on that. I'll bring the proper member of staff from the team so they can talk about it more in depth because they're the person who know most about VisionX. So finally, I've also talked to Feng, our CEO of Deep Token and Deep Brain Chain, and he's agreed to do an episode of Q&A with you guys directly. So he'll be here on the spot live, and you can ask anything you want, and I will interpret everything, the questions and the answers. So that will be your chance to have a direct line of communication with the CEO of Deep Brain Chain and Deep Token. We will release a date for that later when we feel that we've communicated the ideas of Decode, GA, VisionX, Deep Brain Chain, how's Deep Brain Chain doing. We've communicated all that very well. Then we'll do a live Q&A session with the CEO. Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you for being here for so long, from the beginning until the end. And we'll have more of these live stream sessions more frequently. And hopefully establish a better line of communication with you guys. Okay. Okay, any more questions? I'm gonna have to answer on Telegram, and we will be releasing more text, more information that we talk about, that we touched on today in Telegram or on other official social media channels, so you can refer back to them whenever you want. Okay? All right, I'm gonna go now, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.